Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jessica.
Today we are talking about A Feast for Crows, Chapter 40, The Princess in the Tower. Did I say that weird?
It's like it's a new book that we've just started.
I mean, you never know when someone starts listening. They might start on this episode.
Wow. Okay.
And maybe they didn't look at the name of the episode and they just clicked it.
Very nice. Let's start at the end of this book. Well, that's when the stuff gets going, I guess.
Yeah, like this is basically the whole book. These last two chapters.
Yeah.
Because it's so slow. Anyway, by the time this episode comes out, we are going to be on our way to the Ren Fair in Washington.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I am.
Yeah?
Excited. Kind of stressed about another trip, but I'm excited.
You got like robotic there for a second. Did you say another road trip?
Another trip. So my trip to Manitoba I'm stressed about. I'm just, I haven't been in an airport in a long time, so I'm like kind of like feeling overwhelmed. I'll be fine, I know, but thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in airports quite a bit, and it still stresses me out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Especially, YVR's not the smallest airport. I think you can get lost in there.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, it's laid out in a way that's
easy,
pretty intuitive. Like, you walk in, and basically there's all the airlines, so you just go to the right one.
So I head straight for the airplane I'm going on. Like, the airline.
Yeah. When was the last time you were on a plane?
When we were kids heading to Mexico.
What?
Maybe I was like 10 or 11. I don't know.
Holy shit, that was the last time you were on a plane?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
God damn.
Johnny's first time on a plane.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's stoked. I had to like pay extra to get window seats just so that you can see.
That's cute. I do love planes though. They're very... Once you're like sitting in it and it starts taking off, you just kind of feel like the power of the machine, and it's like, how is this possible? And then you start taking off, and I'm like looking out the window and I have like tears streaming down my face.
You're in awe of human engineering?
I guess. I mean, I don't really know what else it would be.
I mean, it is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
If you like stop and think about it, this giant machine is fucking flying.
Yeah, and I think it's also just the fact that you can like feel and hear like all of the engines, I guess, going. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I hope he's not afraid. I hope he has a good time on it. I hope the turbulence isn't too bad.
We're just going across Canada. It shouldn't be that bad, maybe. Barely. Okay, we're going halfway.
How long is the flight?
It's weird because the flight to Brandon is longer than the flight back.
Do you want to know why that is?
Why?
It's because of the Earth's rotation.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, so
I was so confused. I was like, why does it take 2.5 hours to get to Calgary, but 30 minutes from Calgary to Vancouver? Like,
yeah, it's like the Earth is spinning towards you on your way back.
Oh my god.
Isn't that cool?
Hey, I am traveling through time. Very fun.
Yeah.
I'm also very excited that I have a tattoo appointment in December.
Oh, for what?
I am beyond psyched. I'm getting a rose wreath around my shoulders.
Oh shit. Like a big one?
Yeah, it's gonna connect at the back and then come over my shoulders. I often do it all in one go. So it's like give or take 8 hours. So I'll be sitting there. I'll be camping.
Yikes.
Yeah. I asked, like, can I bring snacks? And she's like, yes, bring snacks, bring a blanket, bring anything you can think of to keep you comfortable.
Yeah. I've never had a tattoo that's taken that long, but I hear that once you get to like hour 5, it gets pretty rough.
I absolutely believe that. Because I remember with one of my tattoos on my thighs, it went for longer than 4 hours, and I remember just a pounding migraine, like needing to, getting so tired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's also, it's not just the pain, it's the fact that your body is like pumping adrenaline so long that it's like it exhausts you. And yeah, so like being really tired and like headaches makes sense.
Yeah, like it's definitely like a stress response to like all the pain, like the constant scratching, and your brain is producing some sort of stress hormone that does cause me to feel unwell. Yeah.
I would say just don't be afraid to like ask for a break or even if you need to stop. Like Jake's done that a few times. He was like, yeah, I need to stop, like let's pick this up another day.
Oh yeah.
So if you really can't stand it anymore, don't force yourself.
I'm just gonna test the water. So like, I want to try this out.
I mean, people do it, so it's not impossible.
Yeah.
But damn, you're gonna like take up her whole day, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be her client of the day.
That's really cool. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I really want to see if I can actually attempt to nap.
Oh, wow.
See if I can do that.
Good luck.
It'll maybe kill time faster.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people doze off too, which I don't get how that's possible, but I guess it is.
Yeah, to be like really cozy.
Yeah, bring your blanket, your pillows, and
have
your music in your ears or something.
Listen to murder podcasts.
Hell yeah, the most relaxing thing of all.
Oh yeah.
I've been thinking about trying to book a tattoo appointment soon.
Yeah. It's hard to go for long.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's been like 2 years or something for me now, maybe a year and a half.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
It's been that long?
Yeah, because like ever since I started getting tattoos, I've kind of gotten like either one big one every year or like 2 smaller ones.
Yeah.
But then last year, I spent that money on laser, so I didn't have money. And
damn, it's that pricey?
Oh, it's expensive. Yeah. It's really expensive.
Jeez Louise.
And honestly, this year I ended up having to do some more lasers, so.
Oh yeah, so it's worth it? You keep going back?
Yeah, well, it's like I'm still in the process of getting rid of all the hair.
And like
you know, we have very thick, coarse hair, so.
Yep. And it doesn't stay shaved.
Oh no, and you get like the black dots that are left behind anyway. So the nice thing about lasers is that it gets rid of that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think it's worth it to just like not have to worry about
fucking shave.
That. I know some people don't care about their hair, and that's great for them, but for me, it's something that I don't like.
Yeah.
To have on my body, so. So yeah, I think it's worth it, especially since it's like pretty much permanent. Or it's like semi-permanent, but
slowly permanent as it slowly kills your hair follicles.
Yeah, so I'm still in the process of getting like rid of the hair, but once you're like rid of it, then you only need to do touch-ups like once a year or something.
Oh hell, okay.
Yeah. But I'm still in the process of getting rid of it. So that's why I had to buy some more packages to keep going, because we're not quite done yet. And I've spent my last session. So yeah, I don't really have money again, which is kind of shitty, but I'm craving. I've got the tattoo itch.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what to get because I have so many ideas.
Oh.
Do you know how much?
It takes me a long time to come up with an idea too.
Oh, really? Oh, I have so many ideas all the time.
Do
you know how much yours is going to be?
No.
Sounds like an expensive one.
Yes. I'm guessing 4 digits.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring some cash. I'm probably going to end up paying through e-transfer as well.
Yeah. You don't want to walk around with that much cash.
I know, it's kind of scary, especially in where the tattoo parlor is. Like, we see drug deals all the time, and there's like sketchy people around.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we've delayed for long enough, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Oh, but you never answered my original question about the Ren Fair, because you changed the subject to being stressed about going to Manitoba.
What did I ask? Am I excited?
Well, first we should clarify you're going to Manitoba to, like, visit Johnny's mom and possibly look for houses.
Yeah, mom and sister. He's got a bunch of nieces and nephews there, too. Cool. Yeah, and we're going to look at some houses.
Exciting.
Scope out the place,
I fucking
see
hate
like
you, bitch.
How livable. Then we're not gonna get the full scope since it's summer and their winters apparently are hard. Hard AF.
Yeah, why would anyone ever want to live there? Like, I don't get it.
Because it's affordable.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. But I'd asked you about the Ren Fair.
Ren Fair.
I wanted to know what you were like looking forward to.
I have no idea because I don't know what's going to be there. Well, I'm looking forward to eating and stuffing my fat face.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you imagine will, like, be there? Like, what's kind of...
Food.
Yeah? That's it?
Yeah. I'm thinking P&E with, like, food stands everywhere, me wanting to, like, try a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember you saying that there was like some people who like sell stuff that they make.
Yeah, so there's tons of vendors like that.
Okay.
That's probably what most of it is.
Ah.
Well, maybe half of it is like vendors selling Renaissance like trinkets. Like some people are selling literal swords and armor and stuff like that.
Whoa.
Other people are selling like potion bottles that like have pretty liquids in them.
Gay.
It sounded like you said gay.
Okay, but I burped while saying
it. Okay. And then some people have like trinkets, like, you know, little figurines and
like those little D&D things that you got everyone last year.
Yeah, I got everyone wooden coasters with their D&D class on it. So yeah, all sorts of stuff. So that's like half of it, and then like there's definitely a lot of food vendors as well. Probably not as many as you're thinking though. At least there wasn't last year.
Yeah, the peony is nuts. So, like, that's basically what they have there. Yeah. Just food.
Yeah. But I don't know how different it's going to be this year. It's at a different location and everything, too. So.
Yeah.
And then a huge chunk of it is, like, big arenas that are set up for, like, shows and events.
Ooh, like the joust that we have front row seats, too.
Because we bought the pub crawl stuff.
Crawl. Oh yeah, I'm excited to check out pubs.
Yeah.
To get my mug or tankard. My free tankard.
Oh, does it say we get that too?
Did I misread it?
No, you're probably right. I just don't remember.
It's like second guessing myself as soon as someone gives a different opinion. Like, oh, am I not?
No, you're probably right. It sounds familiar. I just didn't.
Okay. Because I bought like a anchored hook for my belt specifically for it, and if I was wrong, oh my god.
Okay.
I'd be mad.
I'm sure you're right. I remember you saying that you were worried about being on your period.
Yeah.
Turns out my period's supposed to start on the day we leave for the Ren Fair.
What?
Isn't that fucking whack?
That sucks. Also, my period came on Sunday.
You bitch. Just kidding.
It's like currently in the process of ending.
Oh, you're so lucky.
I was so lucky. It was one of the only times I've ever like celebrated getting my period. Excitingly telling Johnny, and he was like confused about why I wanted a high five. I was like, "Why are you happy?" And I reminded him. Then I got 2 high fives.
Ugh. So I'm either gonna be. I always get like really bad cramps on like the first or the second day. So it's either gonna be while we're traveling there or on the first day there.
Okay.
It's gonna suck.
I can bring my heat pad, but the battery lasts 3 hours.
I mean, that's better than nothing.
It's a nice pad if you like it hugging your uterus. It's perfect.
I've never actually tried that. I know it's a thing that people do to ease their cramps, but I've actually never tried it.
Putting a heat pad on?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you lent me a heat pad once when I was having cramps at your place. You never used it for yourself?
We have a hot water bottle. I've just never used it for myself.
Yeah, it's basically saved my life at work.
Really?
Yeah, like my period cramps have gone so bad that I've had to call in sometimes at work.
Yeah.
And I haven't since I've got my heating pad. It makes it so much more tolerable.
So do you just like carry that around, or are you like in one spot at work?
It's like a belt around my waist to walk around with it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like perfectly shaped to hug my uterus. Like I can wear it in my back. Like I also like worn it on my shoulder when I'm experiencing shoulder pain. But very awesome.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We should probably start this chapter.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Yes, Princess in the Tower.
Chapter 40.
Also, I'm drinking a hot tea.
Oh, yeah.
I'm regretting it because I'm sweating buckets for the first time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm hot. Well, we've been going through a little heat wave here.
Yeah.
It's like 30 degrees.
Yeah. But it's like hot. It's like 31 degrees feels like 37.
Oh!
Yeah. It's a little cooler right now because it's getting later, but yeah, at the peak this afternoon.
Oh, it was bad.
It was bad. I was outside for like 2 minutes and I was sweating buckets.
Ooh. I was inside and with fans, big industrial fans at work, and it was bad.
Ooh. Yeah, my work has AC in the office. So.
Oh, so lucky. They won't splurge for an AC for us.
Wow. Rude.
Exactly. Fucking rude.
So I'm usually pretty good at work. It still gets hot, like, towards the end of the day.
Sure.
Because, I mean, I guess because of the windows.
Oh, yeah, and the light coming in?
I guess, but, like, the windows
the sunlight
don't even point directly outside. Like, our window points to the hallway, which then has windows that point outside. So, yeah.
That'll be enough to bring in heat.
I guess. I guess so. I don't know. But yeah, it's been hot. So I have a fan on under my desk. So it's a really quiet fan, but if you guys hear, this is to our listeners, if you hear like a mild humming in the background, that's my fan. And I'm sorry, I should have stated that at the start. And I apologize. I can't help it. It's on and I'm still sweating from my ass.
Nice. That's a nice visual.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, start this fucking chapter, Raven. Oh, I'm drinking a Pepsi Zero again. Too hot for tea.
Yeah, it is way too hot for tea.
Sorry, not a Pepsi Zero, a Dr. Pepper Zero.
Oh.
Which you don't like. We get it.
Nope.
Okay, The Princess in the Tower.
Woohoo!
Hey everyone, just a quick aside. We just became affiliates of Buzzsprout, which is the hosting platform we use for our podcast. If you are interested in creating your own podcast, please consider using Buzzsprout. It made it easy to get our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and dozens of other streaming platforms. They also provide you with a podcast website, detailed analytics to see how your episodes are performing, and tons of guides on how to improve your listenability. And if you follow our link in the episode description, you will get a $20 Amazon gift card when you sign up for a paid plan, and it helps support our show. Thank you. Back to the episode. Arianne's prison is a gentle one. Arianne believes her father would not go to such trouble to provide her comfort and captivity if he meant to have her killed. As a reminder, Arianne is the one in Dorne who tried to kidnap Marcella to, crown her as queen?
Yeah, kidnap Marcella.
Yeah. During their long ride back to Sunspear, Arianne had pleaded with Hota, saying she never meant for the girl to come to harm. Hota was angry at the time, not only with her. Darkstar, the most dangerous of her little group of plotters, had escaped him and gotten away.
Darkstar?
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool name. Nope. It's been a while.
There's some stuff later on that might remind me. Okay. But we know who Ario Hota is?
Yes. Because I think one of us has done this chapter before.
Yes.
He is the prince's guard. Prince? Is he a prince? Yeah, he's not king.
No.
Ah.
Yeah, he's Prince Doran's, personal bodyguard, I guess?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Hota had delivered Arianne to the Spear Tower. When she arrived, she asked the Castellan?
Sounds right. Castellan.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Servant guard?
Servant guard. The governor of a castle.
Okay, I was wrong. Okay.
What does that mean? I'm not going to look into that more. The governor of a castle, we get it. Okay.
Sure.
When she arrived, she asked the Castellan of the tower whether her friends would be confined there as well. He told her they would take into Planky Town to be shipped to Gaston Grey until the prince decides their fate. Gaston Grey is an old castle on a rock in the Sea of Dorne that serves as a prison for the vilest of criminals.
Ooh. They weren't that. Okay, I guess.
I mean, they kidnapped the prince. They were trying to start a war, basically.
That's true. I take it back.
Arianne was concerned, wondering if her father meant to kill them. She argued that all they did for love of her, and she wanted to speak with her father. But she is marched to the top of the tower, or near to the top, not exactly at the top, and put into a cell. The cell was large and contained Mirish carpets, red wine, books, and an ornate Savas table, though she would have no one to play with. And I think her brother Tristane was constantly trying to play Savas with Marcella. It seems like a chess-like game.
Yeah.
There was a feather bed, a privy with a marble seat, sweetened by a basket full of herbs, and an incredible view through the windows. Yeah, nice. So it sounds like a pretty dope spot, if you ask me.
Yeah.
The first day, she cleaned herself and mourned Eris, her white knight. She sobbed and remembered how Hota's axe had sent his head spinning through the air.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's a nice visual.
Yeah. Oh my god. That would suck to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being pissed when that happened.
Yeah?
Because I was we really wasted all this time, trying to...
Oh, yeah. Getting to know him.
Yeah. But it wasn't even good enough.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
his second chapter or something. Or even his only chapter? Second chapter?
It might have been his only chapter.
Oh my god. She wonders why Eris did it. She never wanted that. And she cried herself to sleep and dreamt of Eris Oakhart caressing her and telling her he loved her. But the quarrels were within him all the while. When morning came, she recalled Hota telling her that someone told. That's how they found her. Someone she trusted betrayed them. which for her is the hardest thing to deal with. She finds a chest of clothes at the foot of her bed and changes into the most revealing garments she can find, hoping to discomfit her father. She expects him that day, but the only person to arrive is a servant with a meal. Arianne tells the servant she's not hungry, to take the food and bring her father, but the servant leaves the food and takes off. After a while, Arianne gives in to her hunger and eats. She spends the rest of her day trying to entertain herself with a book or by moving a piece on the savas table, but she ends up crying and thinking of Eris and Marcella. When she crawls back into bed, she is haunted by the thought that someone told. She wonders who it was and thinks that Darkstar is the most likely. She couldn't believe the others would inform on her. But if it was him, why had he turned his sword on Marcella? He had said himself, though, he would rather kill the girl than crown her. So, do you remember this happening at the end of the Eris chapter?
I remember someone wanting to kill her, but it's very vague. It's so long ago.
Yeah, but I don't remember anyone actually attacking Marcella at the end of that chapter.
Me neither. I thought it was just threats.
Okay, because I think that chapter ended with Eris's head getting chopped off or something.
Yeah.
So maybe this happened after that and we didn't see it.
Perhaps.
But
I don't remember anyone drawing swords at Marcella.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But yeah, apparently Darkstar attacked Marcella. Then Arianne wonders if it was Sir Eris himself who told. Had his guilt won out over his lust? Had he loved Marcella more than her?
Oh.
When her father comes to see her, she will learn who. But Prince Doran does not come the next day nor the day after. The princess is left alone to pace, weep, and nurse her wounds. Even the books they had given her were deadly dull. So who do you think did it? Told.
I don't remember even who was there. I think the Sand Snakes would be loyal.
I don't think they were there.
No, who was there? Mix. I know it was this Darkstar, whoever.
Yeah, so there's this Darkstar guy.
There's who got headed.
Yes. Eris Oakheart was there. There was also someone named Garen, who is one of her guy friends. And then I think there's a couple of other women there as well. But I don't have their names written down.
Yeah. I wonder if it was her boyfriend.
Eris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, last minute, chose loyalty to her and got himself killed. Or, like, jumped in front so that she would never know that it was him. Well, I wonder, because I think I might have remembered him not thinking it was a good idea. Maybe it was someone who thought it wasn't a good idea, I think.
Yeah. Damn. Well, I guess she'll find out eventually.
Yeah. And then she'll tell us.
Arianne tells herself that her father will summon her soon, but no visitors are permitted beyond the servants. They bring her meals, change her bed, empty her chamber pot, but none will speak to her. She tries to ask them about Darkstar, whether he's been captured, but receives no response. She asks if Princess Marcella is all right. The last she had seen, Marcella's head was bound up in bandages where Darkstar slashed at her.
Whoa. What?
Her head.
Marcella. Damn.
But again, Arianne gets no answer about Marcella. She wonders if this is her father's notion of torment, and she thinks that's so very like him that she has to laugh. She resolves to enjoy the quiet and use it to heal and fortify herself for what's to come. She's really determined to defy her father at every turn, it seems like.
Yeah.
She has, like, no respect for him.
She's a teenager, right?
No, she's a young adult.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's like 24, I think. 23 or 24. Arianne makes herself think of the sand snakes, her cousins, instead. She loves them all, Tyene especially. She misses them. She thinks they may even be right below her for all she knows.
Oh.
I guess, yeah, if this place, like, holds prisoners, then why would
like, prisoners that get the 5-star hotel experience.
Yeah, you know, for the noble prisoners.
Yeah.
So Arianne tries stomping on the floor and screaming their names out the window, but she gets no answering shouts. This frightens her. They would certainly hear her if they were here, and she decides she will never forgive her father if he did them harm. By the time a fortnight passes, her patience is worn thin. She commands her servants to bring her to her father, but they do not take her to him. She even tries to bolt past them at one point, but the guards catch her before she's gone 3 yards. She decides she must be more subtle. The girl who bathes her, Cedra, is her best hope. She is young, naive, and gullible. Arianne's friend Garin, one of her plotters, had boasted of betting her once.
Oh, okay.
During her next bath, Arianne talks to Cedra about her day and what she had for supper, smiling and charming the girl. She natters at her again the next day when Cedra brings her food, and this time Arianne mentions Garin, which makes Cedra kind of glance up. So that tells Arianne that maybe Garin was telling the truth about betting Cedra. During her next bath, Arianne speaks of her imprisoned friends, especially Garin. She says she's most worried for him. He needs sunshine and fresh air, and he will not last a year at Gaston Grey. Cedra doesn't reply, but she does go pale. It takes 4 days of this before Cedra finally begs Arianne to help Garin. Arianne... What?
Okay. It took me a bit to recognize the names. Reading lots of names, I'm like, trying to keep up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It is a lot. I can slow down.
Okay, so the servant girl...
The servant girl, Cedra.
Once begged Arianne...
Yeah.
To save her lover?
Yeah.
Smash Arianne's friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Arianne basically says she can't do much from here, but she tells Cedra that she must smuggle out a letter for her. And Cedra agrees to take the risk. After some thinking, Arianne decides to write to Lord Fowler. He is powerful enough to possibly cow her father into releasing her, but not as dangerous as some of her other options. So I guess she wants someone who's, like, got influence, but isn't going to, like, attack her family.
Start a war.
Yeah. It takes Arianne days to write the letter. She writes where she is and pleads for rescue, saying whoever delivers her from the cell shall not be forgotten when she weds. Which she thinks is a pretty good incentive, because the man who marries her will one day rule Dorne by her side.
Okay.
She also writes to give the messenger 100 silver stags to make sure that the letter actually gets delivered.
Okay.
She has to write on the bottom of a page torn from one of the books, by the way, because she has no parchment and doesn't dare to ask for any.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't look suspicious at all. Hey, can I have some parchment and maybe a pen? No reason. Could you bring me a raven as well?
Oh, God, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Arianne does pray that her rescuer proves younger than the graybeards her father has offered her over the years, if she's going to have to end up marrying the guy. On her next bath day, Arianne gives Cedra the letter and tells her to pass it to one of the caravan travelers at the threefold gate, and promise him 100 silver stags if he puts it in Lord Fowler's hand. Cedra says she will, and Arianne tells her to let her know how it went on the morrow. But Cedra does not return on the morrow.
Oh no.
Nor the day after.
Uh-oh.
And when it's time for her next bath, 2 other servants fill her tub. Arianne asks about Cedra, but the girls don't answer. Arianne hardly sleeps that night, thinking Cedra must have been caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems right. The next day, she demands to see Ricasso, the Seneschal? Seneschal? What the fuck does that mean?
Eh?
Castellan, Seneschal? Okay, what is a Seneschal? The steward or major domo of a medieval great house.
Huh. Major domo.
What does that mean? Okay, let me figure out how to pronounce this.
Seneschal.
Oh, I was saying it right. Seneschal.
Okay.
Okay. So, she demands to see Ricasso, the Seneschal, but her summons are ignored again, and she upends her wine on the servant's head, whom she had asked.
Okay.
So she's starting to get violent with the servants now.
Yeah, she's getting mad.
Yep. She decides her father means to leave her here to rot, or else is making plans to marry her off to some disgusting old fool.
Sounds right.
She expected to wed one day, and she had accepted that. A few Dornishmen had wanted her, but she knew Prince Doran did not mean for her to wed a Dornishman. She accepted this as well.
Yeah.
I guess he wants to, like, build an alliance between another kingdom.
Yeah.
So, Arianne had tried seducing Renly Baratheon.
Oh.
Which did not work. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And she even tried to run away with Tyene to Highgarden to meet Willis Tyrell at one point.
Okay.
But was stopped by her uncle, the Red Viper.
Oh, okay.
Prince Doran had tried to betroth her to a minor lordling who was over 80.
It's kind of weird to call someone over 80 a lordling.
Right? Doesn't that sound weird? This guy had died only a few years later, though, so she was safe from him now.
Oh, she could have inherited everything.
Right? She missed out. Opportunity lost.
Yep.
But there are a few other ancient men still kicking that she had rejected in the past.
Ugh.
Perhaps her father was setting up a wedding with one of them right now. But no one comes to marry her the next day, and Cedra doesn't return either. She thinks the loneliness is like to drive her mad. She thinks she deserves the axe, but her father won't even give her that. That's kind of surprising that she thinks she deserves it.
Yeah. Maybe she just wants it to get out of the boredom of solitary confinement. Or the torture of it.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say that, like, she wants the axe in that case versus she deserves the axe?
Yeah. I would think it'd say want.
I guess she's not an idiot. She knows what she did is treason.
Yeah.
So, maybe, like, legally she knows she deserves the axe, but morally she still feels like she's in the right, maybe?
I guess technically she did bring Ursula into danger with, what's-his-face, Dark Star?
Oh, yeah. She keeps thinking that to herself, too, that she never meant the girl harm, and she keeps saying that to, like, the servants and stuff, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, it seems important to her that they all know that was not part of her plan. Days come and go until Arianne loses count. At some point, she stops getting out of bed altogether, except to use the privy. The meals the servants bring go cold and untouched. Then comes a day when a rough hand shakes her awake, and she sees Ario Hota.
Hey.
He tells her to get up and get dressed because the prince has called for her. And I wondered, do you think that they would have left her there longer if she hadn't stopped eating? Like, the servants must have reported that to her father, right?
I wonder if what they were waiting for was to break her until, like, she stops eating.
Oh, they think...
Maybe they think that she's probably lost her fight. Yeah.
Okay. Arianne is happy to see Hota's scarred face and hear his voice. She asks what he did with Cedra, and Hota tells her the prince sent her to the water gardens. Hota says her father will tell her, but first Arianne must wash and eat. As she's washing and eating, she realizes that for the first time ever, she is frightened of her father.
Ooh.
Oh. When she's ready, Hota escorts her to the prince's solar, where Doran Martell sits behind a Savas table, his gouty legs up on a cushioned footstool. He looks worse than Arianne had ever seen him. He's red and puffy and inflamed. Seeing him this way hurts her heart, but she cannot bring herself to throw herself at his feet and beg for forgiveness as she had planned. Hota leaves them. The prince says he told them to put a savas table in her chambers.
The game board?
Yeah.
Okay.
She asks who he was supposed to play with, and he says herself. Sometimes it's best to study a game before you attempt to play it. He asks Arianne how well she knows the game, and she says well enough to play. But her father says not well enough to win. And I don't think they're talking about savas here.
Yeah.
I think they might be referring to the Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people refer to it as a game.
Yeah.
In this world.
Yeah, and they have called it the Game of Thrones. I would think it is. It's like, it is a strategy game, technically, that the best players play. High stakes game.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder if all of these people kind of came to that metaphor themselves, or if it's kind of like a known thing throughout the land. That people just refer to the battle for the throne as a game.
I wonder, someone probably did coin it that, but like centuries ago, back when the Targaryens were in charge. Fighting for the throne is being called a game. Because from what I see from House of the Dragon, I think the Targaryens also played this game with each other.
Okay, so I guess, yeah, it's been referred to as a game since, like, probably the start. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Prince Doran asks her why. I guess, like, why she did it. She tells him she did it for the honor of their house. His meek voice angers her. She wants to shout that he should be raging at her, not just, like, sadly asking why.
Yeah. Disappointedly.
Yeah. She tells him his meekness shames all of Dorne and reminds him that King's Landing killed his brother after he was sent in Doran's place.
Oof. Okay.
And he, like, responds with just some basic stuff, like, obviously I haven't forgotten that. She asks if they've caught Sir Gerald, Darkstar, and Doran says they haven't. So Darkstar is Sir Gerald. He also mentions that Darkstar is the most dangerous man in Dorne. As, like, a way to criticize her, I guess, for getting involved with him. But I thought that was interesting. Did you get that vibe from when we first met Darkstar?
I don't, like, even, like, recall in him at all, so I don't think I got much of a vibe from him.
Yeah, like, he wasn't all that memorable, I guess.
Like, I don't really remember Sir Gerald, and so to have them be the same person, I'm like, I don't remember.
Yeah. I remember, like, a little bit. He was...
Yeah.
I remember him, like, butting heads with Arianne a little bit about the plan, and, like, saying stuff like he would rather kill Myrcella than crown her, but...
Yeah, I remember someone being violent.
But I didn't get the vibe that he was, like, you shouldn't fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was enlightening. He's the most dangerous man in Dorne, apparently. Arianne is afraid to ask about Myrcella, but her father tells her she is alive, despite Darkstar doing his best. He would have cut off the top of her skull if her horse hadn't shied away at the last moment. The slash instead opened her cheek to the bone and took off her right ear. The maester saved her life. Yeah. But
she's missing an ear?
Yeah, so the slash cut open her cheek all the way down to the bone and took off her ear.
Poor Myrcella, oh my god.
Yeah, so Prince Doran...
I'm choked. No wonder.
You're choked?
Yeah, how dare they?
She's an innocent little girl.
She? Like 8.
11? Oh.
She is a baby.
Yeah. Fuck. This Darkstar guy.
She probably is 11.
Yeah, maybe
she's probably
she was
around
8 at the
Arya's
start.
age, maybe.
Right.
But Damn.
So, the maester saved her life, but nothing will ever restore her face, says Prince Dorne.
Oh.
So, this poor girl is now scarred for life.
Hopefully Tristan still loves her.
Yeah. Prince Dorne tells Arianne she has dishonored all of them. Prince Dorne reveals he knew her plan was to crown Myrcella, but says they would have lost the war against the Iron Throne and Myrcella would most definitely have been killed. Dorne's armies are not as big as the young dragon wrote in his book to make his conquest seem more glorious. So I guess, who was the young dragon? Who conquered Dorne?
Aegon. Was it not Aegon?
It might have been Aegon. Okay, so yeah, Prince Dorne is just saying when Aegon, I guess if it was Aegon, wrote about his conquering Dorne, he made it sound a lot more tough than it actually was.
Sounds about right. Like any other conqueror.
Yeah, for sure. Arianne asks how he knew, and he says, "I'm the Prince of Dorne. Men seek my favor."
Okay.
Which basically means someone told him.
Sure.
She asks who, but Dorne can't think of a reason why he should tell her.
I figured.
He even, I didn't write this down, but he even says he thinks it's good for her to, like, be untrusting of people.
Okay.
He tells her that she has disappointed him, but she says the same thing back to him. He says she seems to be in need of his meek leniency now, but she says she wants leniency only for her friends. The prince agrees they don't deserve to die for following her. They have been split up and sent away to serve for a few years or wed. He then asks what Arianne did to Aerys to make him follow her, and she says she fucked him. Her father brings up Aerys's vows, and Arianne remembers how often Aerys would say they shouldn't be fucking. And then she wonders if he charged at Hota in hopes of saving her or escaping her. Oh. That's a fascinating thought. I wonder that too. He was tortured. Yeah. His whole chapter was basically about how tortured he was.
Yeah.
By this relationship.
He felt very guilty. He wanted her.
Prince Dorne tells Arianne that she may get the war she wanted, regardless. Another Kingsguard knight is on his way to Dorne now, and he will expect to see Princess Myrcella and Aerys Oakhart. Arianne tells her father to tell the knight that Aerys died defending Myrcella from Darkstar. The knight may be suspicious, but he will have no proof. Until he speaks with Myrcella, Prince Dorne reminds Arianne. Unless they want to off Myrcella as well, which will certainly mean war. Arianne realizes he sent for her because he needs her. She says she could tell Myrcella what to say, but why would she? Her father is angry at her saying this, and says he's out of patience. She points out that he has more patience for the Lannisters than for her. He tells her she is mistaken. In truth, he has been working at the downfall of Tywin Lannister since the day he was told of Elia and her children. Prince Doran had hoped to strip him of everything he held dear before killing him, but the dwarf robbed him of that pleasure. The conversation turns to Arianne wanting Dorne.
Okay.
Her father says she will have it after he is dead, but she doesn't believe he isn't going to give it to Quentyn instead. She knows Quentyn is not where her father says he is, and says he's probably hiring sellswords to steal her birthright.
Quentyn, that's the oldest brother?
No, he's younger than her.
Is he the guy who is living somewhere else as like a ward or a squire?
Yeah, he was sent away a long time ago.
Okay.
And Arianne had been like, I don't remember how, but she somehow figured out that he wasn't where her father said he was, and was like starting to get suspicious of what was going on. Oh, right here. It was in a letter. Her father says that it isn't true that he's trying to steal her birthright.
Yeah.
But Arianne admits she read the letter saying Quentyn will have Dorne. And she asks why her father hates her. Prince Dorne finally admits that he wrote that letter when he first sent Quentyn away a long time ago. those were his original plans because he had other plans for Arianne. She knows his plans were the insulting prospects he brought for her to wed.
Yeah.
Dorne tells her, though, that he had to choose men that she would never agree to because he had promised her to someone else.
Eh?
Huh? So, I guess parading all these old men in front of her was just to make it look like he was actively trying to find her a husband?
Not just, like, choosing one, but, like, making a big show that he's looking at everyone.
I guess just not to draw suspicion, because if she's at, like, the age to wed, I think it would be expected that she would wed.
Yeah.
So he's saying that he had promised her to someone else.
Yeah.
But that was a secret. So he had to, like, put on this show of giving her other offers. But he chose, like, these ancient guys who were, like, gross and weird and whatever, knowing that she would reject them.
Yeah. Okay.
He says he never told her about his plans because she treats secrets like gossip, as do her friends.
Yeah, okay.
But the person she was promised to is dead now, so it no longer matters.
Ooh.
It was a pot of molten gold that killed him.
What?
Did you catch that when you read it?
No. I like breathed, like I skimmed it because I was like, gotta get to my chapter. I must have missed that.
Yeah, so
oh man. I forget his name, but Dany's bro.
Viserys Targaryen.
No, Viserys.
So,
OMG.
That
man, they would have butt heads. They would have butt heads big time. Because they both have dominant personality.
Oh, Arianne and Viserys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the bigger point, I think, is that Prince Doran's plan was to align Dorne with the Targaryens.
Again! Ooh, okay.
To, I assume, overthrow the throne and take down the Lannisters.
Yeah. OMG.
OMG.
It looks like he just got that news, too. Or did he just get it? I wonder how long he had that info for.
Right. It would have taken some time to get back, but he must have known for like at least a year or two.
Yeah. So I don't know how long ago that was in this world. Years blend together.
Yeah, honestly. I just keep thinking it's been like 2, 3, 4 years since the start.
It should have been. It should be. I think they're all a little bit older.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It does, like, mention age in this book and in the first, so we could do the math, but...
I know Arya is 11. I'm gonna look up Arya age. Okay, so it would have been 2 years, actually.
Oh, only 2 years. Okay.
Yeah, because she was 9 in the first book, and I'm pretty sure she's 11 now.
Right. Yes, that sounds right. So he probably knew from... shortly after it happened. I guess we don't know when the last time he brought her an insulting prospect was. It might have been 2 years ago. Arianne doesn't think of a time.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm saying, he might have stopped after he found out about Viserys' death.
Okay.
Prince Dorne also tells Arianne at some point in this conversation that her cousins, the Sand Snakes, are all alive and safe at the Water Gardens. And he's insulted that she would think he would ever harm his brother's children. Then he finally tells her what Quentyn is doing so far abroad.
Okay. What?
He says he is going to bring back their heart's desire. Vengeance, justice, fire and blood.
Is he hunting down Dany?
Uh-huh.
Oh, she.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, cool.
So he's still got a plan to align with the Targaryens, it seems like.
Yeah.
But this time it's just not going to be in a marriage. Unless he's offering, like, Quentin or something. He might be.
Okay. He might be.
But other than that, I think he's probably either going to... Well, I guess there's two things that he could be trying to do. He could be trying to, like, kidnap her and bring her back to Dorne, but I think that would be unwise.
Yep.
And he seems like a smart man who's, like...
He doesn't seem like the type to do that.
He's used to playing, like, the long game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to offer Dorne's servitude?
Yeah, alliance?
Armies?
Bend the knee, perhaps?
Yeah, because it seems like his only goal, really, is to take down the Lannisters.
Yeah, he's over them.
I don't think he really cares about having the throne for himself.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you want the throne? I will help you.
Yeah. I think he's just over the Lannisters.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of that chapter.
Aw, shit.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hype.
That's kind of cool, and I'd like to hear more about this plan to get to Dany.
I wonder if we're gonna get any more of what's happening here in this book. I feel like probably not, though.
No. Okay. We only have 4 chapters left.
4? Holy
shit. None of them are in Dorne. Or 5 if I include Elaine, the next chapter.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess this will become more of a thing in the next book.
Yeah.
But it feels like, yeah. It feels like George kind of hit his stride, like, at the end of writing this book.
Right?
Like, things are now kind of flowing, they're coming together, they're like... I see the threads again,
yep.
You know? It doesn't feel like pointless anymore.
Mm-hmm. Man, he's probably lost in the next book all of the journeys and stuff.
Oh, please.
He's doing his damn hardest to get to the end so he can bring these threads together.
God damn it. Just do it early on, dude.
Please. I want a proper ending.
Fuck.
Not the garbage I've been given.
The TV show, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Was that all a surprise to you? Like, did you just kind of skim over that stuff, or did you actually...
Yeah, I actually skimmed half of the chapter before I was like, I gotta get to my chapter. Skipped it.
When did you start reading?
Beginning of this week.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a close call. No, I started on Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, that's when I started too.
Yeah.
I stayed up way too late last night trying
to... I was gonna be like,
Elaine.
I'm gonna finish Elaine, and then I'll go back to this chapter. Never got to finish Elaine.
I see.
Yes.
Dang.
But that was a sinking chapter, Elaine. But this one was fun.
Yeah.
Finally.
I was even, like, not upset about her just being in the cell for so long. Like, that was most of the chapter, just her being in the cell.
Yeah, sound like it.
I wasn't even upset by that because she was, like, doing something. She was trying things and, like...
Plotting.
They were working, they weren't working.
Yep.
She was, like, being basically tormented by the thoughts of Eris Oakheart the whole time, and yeah, it was interesting. Arianne's an interesting character. I want more of her.
You might get more of her.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious. She's not in the show at all, so I'm very interested in her.
Yeah, she's not.
Dorne is barely in the show.
Yeah. Lost opportunity.
Unfortunately. Yeah. I had a question about the water gardens. That's like a prison, but it's like a getaway vacation prison.
I don't think it's a prison.
I think I remember that they said that once you go in the water gardens, you can't leave. I think I remember hearing something about that in the last time we were with them. Perhaps?
Okay.
Or were they taking Marcella there? I don't recall. Because I remember the water gardens, but there was something like weird about it. That's all I remember.
Let's see. I pulled up a quick thing on the wiki of Ice and Fire.
Water Garden.
The Water Gardens is a palace with gardens and waterworks that serves as a private retreat to House Martell.
Okay.
It sounds like children from all stations and areas of Dorne are sent to the Water Gardens to foster, where they play together at the beach, pools, and fountains and in the water.
Okay.
Arianne Martell often played in the pools and fountains of the Water Garden with her cousins when she was young. Yeah, it sounds like it's just like a retreat.
Okay, just a resort.
Which I
of
guess
some sort.
Kind of became like a
place of holding.
A place of holding, yeah. I don't really know how the sand snakes are being held there. I guess just by like guards. I don't know. Do they just point their spears at them if they try to walk out? Like, I don't know how it works.
Guess. They have to be like pretty skilled guards, like Ariel Hota, to keep the sand snakes contained.
I guess if they don't have their weapons, they're not really that dangerous. Yeah, I don't see anything saying it like serves as a prison or anything.
Okay.
So I guess that is it for this episode. Well, thank you all for listening. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at TIGBAB Podcast or follow us individually. My handle is Crimby and Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search TIGBAB Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we will show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Bahrami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of the episode, and he makes some really cool music. That's Bahram. You can also find him on Spotify as Bahrambient. That's Bahrambient. And please check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, including outtakes, BTS stuff, and mini episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he absolutely hates. So it makes for some fun discussions/arguments. Finally, if you would be willing to share the podcast with your family and your friends, it would be a huge help to us to grow the podcast. Thank you so much. And next time we will be covering Arianne.
Elaine!
Oops. We just did Elaine. They sound similar, okay?
It does.
They both start with A and they're like similar lengths.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, next time is Elaine, who is Sansa, as we all know.
Sansa. No, right. Sansa is Elaine.
Join us next time to find out how she's dealing with her double life.
Yeah.
How she's dealing with Littlefinger.
Her new papa. Her papa.
How she's dealing with
Creeperson.
The little shit Robert Aaron.
Robin. Isn't it Robin?
Nope. It's Robin in the show.
Oh my god. Am I just like seeing straight?
They call him Sweet Robin.
That's what confused me. Because I see so much Sweet Robin. I'm like, that's Robin. Oh my god.
Yeah, in the book they call him Sweet Robin as a nickname, I guess. That's probably where they came up with the name for the show.
Okay.
But yeah,
so it's not so confusing with all these Roberts.
Exactly. That's why they renamed him for the show. Because if they were going to talk about Robert, they wanted you to know it was the king.
The king.
Rob is Rob, the Stark, and then Robin would be this little creep.
The baby child.
Yeah, baby child. Alright, that's it. Join us next time for that. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye!